If you're carrying out coding and programming in your workshop, there's one non-negotiable: battery support. Because the moment voltage dips, your programming session stops dead, and that can mean bricked ECUs, wasted hours, and a very expensive mistake. Nowadays, modern vehicles are very complicated and therefore power hungry. They have dozens of modules running at once. On the other hand, software updates are much bigger too. And some OEMs require the whole car to be updated at once, like BMW for instance, rather than just module by module. If your power supply isn't stable while you're programming and coding, the diagnostic software could stop mid-process. There are lots of nuances and risks here, which we'll go into further on in the video. But for instance, if you're using OE software, it will detect the voltage on the vehicle. If it dips below a certain point, the software will stop working and you may not be able to complete the task you intended to. If you don't use battery support, you're leaving yourself open to lots of problems. Worst case scenario is that you plow through, you carry on doing your programming and coding, and you brick the ECU. That is going to cost you thousands to replace. More commonly, you could damage your diagnostic tooling, which can be caused frequently by voltage spikes from cheap chargers. And of course, all of this means lost reputation to your workshop, which is the last thing you want. You want to be sending your customers away happy, not with a massive bill. Which battery support units should you be choosing? So we go into workshops and garages who are experiencing problems like the ones I've just described. They're using normal chargers and booster packs, and they think that's fine. These units can't hold a steady voltage while you're programming and coding, and that's why dedicated battery support is essential. What do you need to be thinking about when you're choosing your battery support units? So I'm going to go into these specific ones in a little bit, but first of all we need to talk about amperage. For most mainstream vehicles where there are fewer modules and accessories to support, 100 amps will be fine. However, if you're looking at future-proofing, if you're working on more modern vehicles, then you want to be looking at 120 amps or higher. We've spoken about amperage, and now we're going to talk about voltage. When you're looking for your battery support units, you might notice in the model name, like with these GYS units, a model name like 12112 and 12024. Now, the first number, 121 here and 120 here, is the amperage. The last number is the maximum voltage that these units will supply. A 12112 supports up to 12 volts and is ideal for most internal combustion and light hybrid vehicles. These units come in different levels. This is a 12112, but a 12116 would handle up to 16 volts. That means that it can maintain a rock steady supply even when voltage demand increases. We also see that some manufacturer software insists on a higher threshold. For example, for some BMWs, Mercedes, JLR vehicles, where throughout the programming you need between 13.5 and 15 volts. You won't necessarily need 16 volts for every job, but it will give you the extra headroom. Let's talk about the equipment I've got in front of me. The first unit here is the GYS Flash 12112, and this covers everything that we've spoken about in the video already. It's a great battery support unit. It's also from the Connect range. Thanks to the USB connectivity, there's a USB port on the back. There's a range of accessories that can be connected, making this a really useful tool. And that connectivity applies to this unit too. So if you're looking for the extra headroom that we mentioned before and want something beyond basic battery support, we'd recommend starting with the GYS StartFlash. Unlike standard chargers or power supplies, the GYS StartFlash is designed specifically for diagnostic and programming environments. This unit combines the capabilities of battery support along with the capability to charge and start. Another great thing about these units are the jump leads that come with them. These are fantastic quality and will last a lifetime. Now you know the importance of battery support in your workshop. You need to choose which unit is best for you, whether that be your GYS Flash, the battery support, or the extra capability of the StartFlash. Either way, the cost of either of these units is insignificant compared to the damage you could do. We've got a full range of battery support units, these two plus many others. Go and have a look at maverickdiagnostics.com and choose which unit is right for you.